This is the historic first ever installment of my famous Endorphin Ecstasy series, in which I make ridiculous animations with a free animation program and then put them to music and see what happens. Now, for some reason, when I made this first installment, I decided that the Jurassic Park theme would be a good choice of backing music. And I believe the only reason I did this was it was the only piece of music I had that was long enough to fit the video. That was literally the only reason, as far as I can remember. But it actually turned out quite well because it makes it incredibly epic. Because, you know, you're watching men being crushed by a big boulder and all you can hear is do 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 do. So it worked out quite nicely, I think. Now, when I watch these videos back, I'm kind of struck by how bad the frame rate is, and there are a couple of reasons for this. I think partly the computer I was using wasn't exactly up to much, and secondly, I was pretty ignorant of things like frame rate, so it didn't occur to me that these things were moving incredibly slowly. When I made Endorphin Ecstasy 4, which was much more recent, I was more aware of things like that, so I was able to make it a better speed. But that's about all we need to know about that. And but yes, these various animations were just silly ideas I had, and I kind of cut them together. I made a lot of these without ever intending to put them in a video, but then I had the bright idea of putting them in a video. Now every 5 minutes, someone comments on these videos asking me what this program is and where to get it and all that junk. All of that is in the description, okay? So don't bother asking me about that. You know, I hate it when people don't read descriptions. You know, this is what that sort of thing's for. There you are. Now, what I love about this endorphin is you can depict these horrendously violent scenes, and you know, it just seems so comical. I like dark humor. I love violent humor. I'm a bit of a sick, twisted bastard like that, but that's just sort of thing. But look how slow that frame rate is right there. That just drives me mad. Uh, so yes, you may have also seen I managed to get some of my endorphin scenes in one of the Kraken Splat series of videos. I got a couple of mine in there, and every one of these scenes had a ridiculous name for it, like Strong Man and Flying Man and stuff like that. But I don't know this. I know this is a professional tool that you're supposed to do professional things with, but it was just so fun to just kind of throw people at things and see what happens. I love that you can kind of fine-tune every moment of their reaction in terms of what limbs fly off when and in what direction, stuff like that. If you want just, you know, spontaneous, uncontrollable chaos and mayhem, then Gary's mod is more the sort of thing to go for, but if you want to be able to fine-tune a specific set of chaotic events, then Endorphin is what you want. It takes a lot more patience than Gary's mod, but it can be very entertaining. And look how slow this is. This is ridiculous. I could have, you know, cut this video down to half the length. I really could have. I don't know why I didn't notice this at the time, but you can see there just the amount of effort. Some of these scenes would take, some of the more extravagant ones literally would take a couple of hours, and the video in the end would be about 10 seconds long. It's quite ridiculous. And that became more and more common in the later installments, where I would create increasingly ridiculous scenes to make videos out of. I'm not sure if I'll bother making commentaries on all the Endorphin videos, because, you know, the same. I might do for the one for number 4, because that is a bit different. There's more of a history behind that one. But I think we're reaching we may be not far from the end, or I might be imagining that. But you can see here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, yeah. You can see the playlist link there, pay no attention to that. That's one of my favourite scenes there, when he just gets hit by the plane. And here are the music credits. I had some pretty terrible taste in music at the time, and there was a typo as well, and there's a couple of credits for people who created some props and things. I just thought I'd credit them, which is great. But yes, I hope you've learned something from this little commentary, and if you haven't seen all the videos, then go and do that. Bye bye.